to tell you. I need your eyes. Hey, laser focus. Laser focus. 4 quarters. 4 quarters. Execution. Y'all know we're in the business of whooping my ass. They gotta feel that. We think they can tempo every time. So these boys, they don't belong on the field with us. We the best. Let's go whoop them.
Here's Debo in motion, jet sweep handoff to Debo, a block and a dive for the goal line, and he's up on the goal line and in. Touchdown! San Francisco, and this one counts. They're not taking it back.
Yep, a little jet sweep to Debo Samuel, and Chuck Clark is right there, the safety. Hits Debo in the legs where you should not. Debo lays out, gets horizontal, goes over the plane.
Ayuk behind Bell left. They run Mason off the left side, a cutback run. Touchdown! San Francisco!
A little Mason madness on the cutback right off an unbelievable block by George Kittle. Everybody gets the wash down block, getting guys moved inside. Kittle is the key block coming down inside from his H-back position. And he's able to get on the linebacker and just cave him to the inside. I believe it was C.J. Mosley, had no chance. Good block by Debo Samuel as well. And J.P. Mason does the rest.
The 49ers are the only NFL team in the Super Bowl era to get a 200-yard passing game, Brock Purdy, 125-yard rushing game, Jordan Mason, 50-yard receiving game, Juwan Jennings, and an interception for Flanagan Foles from 4 players who were drafted 200th or later or not drafted at all. That's a testament to what the 49ers have done under Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch. They find guys well beyond the point at which anyone gives a crap.
And I think the best teams in football do an awesome job at saying, okay, these are our draft picks. This is where we value guys. This is where we're going to go select them. But here's a column of guys that might be undrafted or they'll be available late into the 7th round. Here's where we can get guys that fit our scheme, fit our system.
And think about how hard that is to look beyond the superficial, obvious football statistic. Jordan Mason hadn't had 28 rushing attempts in a game since high school, for crying out loud.
Shout out to their scouts who even gave this guy an opportunity to come in. I'm sure they went and watched and said, hey, this guy runs pretty hard. Hey, even when there's not much there, he gets yards, but when there is there, he finds the gap every single time. Christian McCaffrey better get healthy. That's the one thing about this league. When you're on the sideline and other guys are playing, it allows coaches, front office to say,
What up?
Man, ain't nothing boy. Feel good. Feel good to be back in the city. Good
yeah,
win.
man.
What's poppin'?
Whistle Game Podcast. We are here. Those clips, those audios you just heard were courtesy of KNBR and Pro Football Talk.
Yes,
but
sir.
the best dressed, man. How you doing, man? We traveled across the world damn near this past weekend. How you doing?
Man, we did it in style, baby. We pulled up, it's, these locks, I know some people think all black folk look alike. I'm not. Brandon Ayuk,
your BA. Yo,
listen,
for everybody who don't know, man.
Wreck they damn car. I'm going to let my hair down for the show. Just so.
Man, we were in the team store, and the guy kept doing a double take on Shadar. And he says, man, no disrespect, man, but I thought you was BA.
Hey, man, that was a running joke throughout the whole weekend, man. I mean, I'm talking about people about to damn near wreck their damn car. Seeing me coming out of the building, coming out of the team store, just being all around the stadium. People were, even when I walked into the team hotel, the Marriott, after the win, they were saying they was double taking and everything. So, BA, listen, if you ever come to the South, baby, I'm playing you for the week. Don't look out before you get there. Yeah, man, we had a great time.
So obviously we had a great weekend, great Monday night. But it was your first experience of Levi.
Yeah.
How was it for you, man? What was your experience like with Levi?
Listen, I know there's some issues, some conversation around the tailgate atmosphere, but when everybody's waiting, it's a Monday night game. We still all throw it off at the time. I mean, it felt like I was going to, a Saturday Pop Warner game. You know what I mean? Because times back we playing on East Coast time in our head. We still feeling the East Coast time. So getting up, having to go to the field at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, our time on our head when it's really 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. On their side before the game started was really, really different for us, having the cars parked outside of the tailgating lots. But I will say, boy, Niner fans are efficient. Boy, I seen tailgates go up and be cooking within 25 minutes. Great time. It's funny, seeing the West Coast people or fans tailgate with tacos and dips and chips and whatever, but coming to the South, people got fried fish, people got chicken, leg quarters, Yeah, listen, I know. Listen, it's cost efficient out there too, my boy. You get you some rice and get you some chopped chicken, and you can feed 100 people out there. So, great time, man. Great experience. Inside the stadium had great seats. End zone shot. 9th, 10th row, got a chance to see boys and men, 40 water, a lot of a ton of 49.
Dripping.
Yeah, that ice is crazy. This ice is crazy. It was a great experience. It was a great experience. Being an East Coast fan of the 49ers, when you go West Coast, they let a red carpet out for you because they know you come across the country to support our Niners. So it's definitely a different experience when getting a chance to go out West Coast. So I was happy that I did it. Definitely home opener next year. I'm there. You ain't even got to worry about it. I'll make that a tradition with my guys. We definitely gonna make that happen. So, I love taking on that spirit of taking the East Coast to the West, and be welcome with open arms. So definitely a must do. So what's up? How about yourself? You've been a million times, man. What was different?
Yeah, having my boys with me. I mean, obviously P's been there with me before, but having you there, experience it. Levi, the fact that I got to spend. So typically, when I go in, I'm in and out like a stick up. I'm in there. I get there like right before the game, and I'm out right after the game. So being able to spend more time, run around. We got to do the fan fest, and we got to hang out with Joe at the Sunday night party. Shit, we put together a nice little thing Saturday night at a social. Shout out to Abel. The full 8, appreciate them for helping me. Shout out to Abel, period, man. Abel is the king of San Jose, Santa Clara. He helped out. I appreciate Abel. Yeah, so shout out to full 8. Shout out to Abel. And but no, I mean, just having y'all, I mean, you know how we get down. We go clown. We gonna act a fool all weekend. And if y'all was around us, then you would know the vibes. We gonna have some fun. If one thing about it, we go fun. We got fun. We go laugh, and that's it. But man, the game, man. What you want to hit first? Like, let me address something real quick. Before we go on special teams first. Let's just hit special teams. Brad Furby, the host, as the president of the Jake Moody fan club. Absolutely. What do y'all have to say? My man was 6 for 6, NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. Can my man get some love from you? The best dress? Can he get some love?
Listen,
plus field goals, 6 for 6. When we couldn't finish the drive, he had to finish it for us. Can he get some love for week 1? Just for week 1. Please.
Listen, Jake, I appreciate everything you've done. I come close to the camera. Like, listen, everything you gave us comfortability of being able to extend our lead when it was time to extend leads. I don't want you to feel like this is a backhanded, compliment. I hope we never have to use you, but when we do, I expect you to come in and nail field goals as you did. So, yeah, definitely. 6 for 6, man. Outstanding job by our kicker this weekend. I think he helped us extend the lead. Anytime they thought they was getting back in the game, even after going for 2 and missing the 2, and then we going down and kicking the field goal after, kind of put it where it'd be a 2-possession game where we went up 16. That was because of Jake Moody. Again, I hope that we don't have to use him as much, but when we do, those are the type of results we want to have. So, yeah.
My man gonna win us a Super Bowl. I keep telling y'all that.
Listen, I hope he be on
Super Bowl.
I listen, whatever it takes, baby. At this point, whatever it takes. But yeah, I do applaud Jake Moody. Jake Moody, you came in and you looked a whole lot more focused than you were last year as a rookie. So I applaud you, and I appreciate you being consistent as you were Monday night. So yeah, good job.
Appreciate that. As the president of the club, we appreciate that. Let me ask you this though, another special teams question.
Yeah.
I know I said it on a previous show, from listening to post practice interviews and questions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But were you surprised of having Debo back there trying to return kicks, even though he never returned one because they were all touchbacks? And it's week 1, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's week 1, and we already got Debo back there returning the kicks. Now, I wasn't surprised, but were you?
I mean, surprise is one thing. I look at a couple different scenarios. One, McCaffrey being out, that maybe could have been touches that Mason had gotten in the return game,
which he was supposed to.
Yeah, I'm not super thrilled about the usage that we use and how we use Debo. Yeah, he's a utility guy. I'm not happy about. Am I surprised him being back there to start the game and that being the plan going into the game? Absolutely. I thought there was going to be a chance for Garindo to get some carries back there as a returner. Maybe Ronnie Bell to earn his spot on the roster. Even opportunity, like I said, for Mason to be back there, but for Debo to go back there as the primary kick returner. Yeah, it was a little shock for me. It definitely was one of those things that I didn't see coming. I thought there's 100 other ways we can use Debo because we always use him 99 anyway. But yeah, I was definitely shocked by that. What do you think? Why are you so convinced that Debo needs to be back? Are you comfortable with that decision after seeing how the kickoff return game is going and the changes to the kickoff game? What do you think?
Well, I mean, from everything I'm seeing, reading, hearing is that, this kickoff is supposed to be a big deal. It's supposed to be a big play now.
Yeah.
And from what the 49ers were saying in camp was that there were chances that you'll see Debo back there and even CMC or whatever. But, I'm thinking later on in the season for the playoffs, playoff seeding type of games, big-ass games, crucial moments, you know what I'm saying? We down or score. 3 minutes left. We need a big return. I'm thinking stuff like that. But to see it week 1 right out the gate, I was like, you know what I'm saying? So that was the shocker part about it. But to see him back there, period or at all, I wasn't shocked because they've talked about it openly. And I think this, like I've been saying in the whole NFL, this is going to be a major play now. Or they want it to be a major play, even though I think there was stats said the kick returns up this weekend. But like in our game, I think it was on maybe one. It was like 2 of them.
Yeah, they were desperation. They were all desperation runs.
Correct. He ran the ball back like 9 yards deep or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. But
before we get off special teams, I definitely got to give a shout out to Malik Mustafa, the Charlotte native. Again, boarding the plane Saturday, we actually had opportunity to run into his mom. She took pictures with the What's the Game podcast. Being a part of the chapter here in Charlotte. She joined. She's ready to go. But just having an opportunity to kind of talk with her. We talked about her son on previous shows, but being able to have an opportunity to talk with her and then seeing her and her son dream come together, him having, I think, the first tackle on the on the first return he had on special team. It was one of those just the same moments like, I thought I had knew this kid since, birth maybe. So, having a chance to see that whole circle kind of go full circle, being able to see her talking about her son, weeks before, seeing him make the team, talking to her in the airport about his climb to where he is now and seeing him make a tackle on special team. It was one of those things that I know that she was proud of her son and, being a Charlottean or being from Charlotte, representing the Charlotte area now. I definitely was happy for him and, his run to the top. So it was definitely one of the things in special team that's a play I remember for the rest of this season as well.
Yeah, he came down on like 2 occasions with the tackle and everything. So
he laying that hat now. You better get out of his way. He laying that hat now.
He definitely laying that hat, and we definitely want to see him obviously get the feel. He didn't get to touch so many defensive snaps. I don't think he got 1 defensive snap that I can remember. Remember Odom started. Odom was out there the whole time, but definitely appreciate Mama D. There go the picture right there. Mustafa moms and stuff like that.
What's up, Miss D?
Shout out to Miss D. She was lovely. Her and her friends or sisters, I'm not sure who they were, but shout out to her and the whole family. So what you want to do?
Defense, man. I know you want to talk about, the greatest linebacker on earth. I'm one of the ones I tell you all the time. I love the leadership that Fred gives us, but
man,
the way I miss that way the Greenlaw plays, I love to see Greenlaw play, but after this weekend of seeing Fred fly around, Fred is just as much the heart and soul of the defense. I think
the team, the defense, the team.
But I'm gonna say the defense because he set the tone early. and often.
Before kickoff.
No, but when kickoff is one thing. Pre-game and having a rah-rah speech is another. But when them hats get to flying and you see Jokers running like he shot out a missile and he's throwing any and every part of his body to make a tackle, I think he set the tone really, really early, especially on the flick to Breece Hall that he calls the turnover with the fumble with the collision. Oh, man, it sounded like a train wreck when he hit him and that ball came out. So the smarts, the level of intelligence, the IQ that Fred Warner plays with is probably unmatched. I think having a loose cannon that I like to call myself a loose cannon. So having a loose cannon like Greenlaw beside him when Greenlaw does return, I think it makes that the best linebacker tandem in the NFL. Can't wait to see returns from Greenlaw, but watching Fred Warner just control the game as much as Rodgers on the other side controlled the game. Fred controlled the tempo of that game from a defensive standpoint and from a game standpoint on how it feels to be played in the game. So I will give all of the shout outs to the way Fred played on Monday night. What do you think? Who you got? Anybody else other than Fred that you want to say? I know you're finna go crazy about Fred.
But hold on. Before I go to the other person, Fred, if you haven't been watching or you don't know me, I specifically go to the games to watch Fred.
You do.
Now, history is I played quarterback in high school, junior high school, anything. I can't tackle nobody. I can't tackle my 3-year-old son. And I told Shenard and them at the game during the pregame, he had me ready to go on the field and hit somebody. Fred is the best middle linebacker in football. I think after that first drive, now remember, they went right down the field on us. We could not get off the field on third down. Actually, I lied. We got off the third. Yeah, the second drive. We got 3rd and out, and then it was the second drive. They went right down the field. We could not get off the field on the third down. I was pissed. I was mad as hell. But I think after that, Fred got. We couldn't see because we was in the end zone shot. But I think Fred must have huddled them boys. He said, "All right, that's no mas." He said, "No mas, no more." And he came out. That was like the second play or something of that third drive. He came, punched the ball out. He flew like you're saying, like a cannon across the field, punched the ball out, hit him hard, punched the ball out, and then it was on from there.
Yeah.
But so Fred, I don't even got to go on about Fred. Fred's my favorite player on the team. Fred is it. But shout out to Malik Collins. First game as a
dog. Everybody talking about who the GOAT. I'm starting to name dogs now. Who the Mount Rushmore dog? That boy was a dog this week.
But
sure.
Let's talk him and Hargrave. Now I don't remember Hargrave making too many plays. I think he had like 2 or 3 tackles, or whatever, assists, whatever. He was in the mix. But there's a difference on our D line now, opposed to, let's say, I love D Buck, but opposed to D Buck and Armstead. Now, if you remember, both of them came out.
Well, Kinlaw.
No, not Kinlaw. No, even Kinlaw, but I'm talking about D Buck and Armstead. Remember, they played D tackle.
Mm-hmm.
They came out of the draft as 3-4 ends. That's what they played. They were drafted from him. That was Chip Kelly, and we was playing. And that was Fangio, and we was running a 3-4 defense, and they were supposed to be the 3-4 ends. And when we went back to the 4-3, they went inside as D tackles, and they're not built like these like these guys we got now. Short, stocky, big. You know what I'm saying? So Hargrave, whatever, he might be 6 foot. He 300 pounds, 290, whatever he is. Malik Collins, 6 foot, 300 pounds. Those dudes 6'8", 6'7", slim and tall.
Stand up as soon as the ball hit. Yeah,
correct. So we got now like real stout, stock, like big D tackles. And I think it makes a difference on that D-line. Malik Collins balled out right in front of Fred. And I think, too, as you played in the back end of the defense, when you got those D linemen who can hold up the guards and the centers that can't get to the second level, that allows Fred and them to fly. And I think maybe that was part of the reason why Fred was able to fly all around the field.
No, absolutely. I definitely agree. The kid played through double teams, with double teams, got chopped. Created, chaos in the backfield on a couple plays. I mean, we seen it. I think it was it the last preseason game against the Raiders. I mean, you've seen a couple plays they spliced up on him, and I knew then we would have a different version of this season. So I'm super. He gets a game ball too.
Yeah, Malik. Now let's a disappointment now.
Oh my God.
Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments, but I'm starting to think Bosa's overrated. Overrated, overhyped, overpaid. I'm about to start the Bosa's over. Bosa over. Overrated, overhyped, overpaid. Overrated, overhyped, overpaid. Mark my words. Bro, Bosa is the king of almost, or his excuses he's being held. Bro, if you look at the highlights from Sunday, the Pittsburgh game against the Falcons, TJ Watt he ended that game. He said, okay, I'm gonna go make a play. He fucking pushed the left tackle, got to Kirk Cousins, got the sack, forced fumble, Pittsburgh recovers, game over. Bosa, I don't remember a Bosa making a play like that to end the game. Now he's made the play like that, but like when is the real Bosa going to stand up? Like when are we going to see a dominant Bosa, like a dominant Bosa? And I know tell the people about we talked about the game. That's why I like going to the games with different people, especially you, my brother, about the guy who played and who coached the game. Tell them about what we talked about, but. What's up with Bosa, man?
Let me start with this. So this has come from a time when one of my good friends, Torrey Woodbury, with the Rams. I would tell him, I was like, Bosa does this, Bosa does that, but he's susceptible to bootleg, to reverses, all things like that. I think Bosa is now thinking too much. Because he's gotten booted so much, people get on the edge on him so much because he was coming. Yeah, I think that year when the Rams won the Super Bowl and had that run, that's when we had 20 sacks out of Bosa. That's because he just turned it on. He ain't worrying about the boot. If he does get to it, he get to it. If not, they're gonna make him run the bubble. I think right now, Bosa is maybe thinking a little too much and trying to play both plays, trying to remember all his keys, go to the high shoulder, stay flat-footed, stay flat, stay square to the line of scrimmage. I think a lot of those things are coming. At some point, we just got to tell Bosa, you got to win. And I don't know when that conversation is happening.
It's happening now.
I mean, not from us, from the coaching staff. I'm not in the coaching box. I mean,
it's happening now.
He got to win. He got to win.
I would tell you, Rome is commenting saying he disagrees with us. He's saying 15 plus years of sack. The pressure he gets, he requires a body and a half. Is that why the other guys is winning? Leonard Floyd had a sack.
Yeah, but Leonard Floyd motor is way different. Leonard Floyd has a motor uncannily. There's only a couple guys. There's a couple guys that has a motor like Leonard Floyd has. That's why I was happy about getting Leonard Floyd. Leonard Floyd has the motor of Aldon Smith, if you remember how he played for us. Bosa doesn't have that. Bosa is almost like a run stopper. Last year when we had Chase Young, I wanted to see him.
We paid him $30 million to run stop.
Right, my point exactly. Like again, at some point we got to decide that we just got to let him win and whatever comes with especially on 3rd and long. I don't know why he's not winning on 3rd and long.
Never wins. What
he has bad, but this is what you want me to say.
Correct. I was about to say it.
Listen, first of all, I think Bosa has horrible hips. I think Bosa has the inability to be able to dip and rip and get low enough to turn the corner. One of them holes, it only looks like a hole when you slow the tape down. But in real time, if he can get his shoulders dipped, he can turn the corner. If he can stop taking the last little part of the play, expecting the hole, and keep just fighting through it and leaving his feet or whatever he needs to do, I think he gets there and he hopes somebody feels sorry for him, and he never's going to get the call. Like, I think that's where the separation for Bosa is in that idea. At some point, you got to just go until they take your jersey off, not go there and then it's like, look, he's holding me. Like, that's not how it goes. And I think he's playing on past reputation right now. That's why he is getting a man in the hand. But again, he ain't made a play in a long time.
Long time.
But here's the thing. I do think he get different blocking scheme than what Michael Parsons gets. I seen in the game when Michael Parsons got that knocked down the ball to end up turning into an interception. They let Michael Parsons come scot-free. That got to be blocking assignment somewhere. I don't think that Bosa get that same mishap in a blocking assignment.
Another disappointment. I think this may be on the coaches. We didn't get to see Mustafa. We didn't get to see Ronaldo Green out there. Thoughts on that? Like, why we didn't see none of I always say our draft picks never play the first year for whatever reason. It's like a red shirt when you come to the 49ers. You don't get to play. But I think disappointment on the coaches for not letting the young boys play, especially as I would say probably 3/4 into the third quarter, the game was over. Fourth, maybe even getting into the fourth quarter. Like, let them boys get some reps.
Yeah, I mean, I think reps are good for the team. When I just, just as much as you talk about them, my disappointment, I'm not sold on 22 as our third corner.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
I can't even pronounce his name. I don't even remember him from anything.
I mean, he made a play at the end of the game to kind of close us out. But again, I'm not sold on that being the answer as the third corner. I thought we were super, super deep in the secondary on giving some guys some chances, but I don't know what some of the guys end up happening. I mean, he got to be able to play. There's some guys that were on our roster last year and in the camp this year that he beat out. So I got to give him a chance to play. Maybe hey, you got to think. A lot of these guys are first year, third year, fifth year guys, and this is maybe their first time seeing Aaron Rodgers, who's a living legend, who they playing. Some guys still get starstruck in this league. Guys still get starstruck in this league, and I can see somebody not being wanting to be on the back end of Aaron Rodgers' bomb. Just like when was that Leonard Floyd that jumped outside? All these years Leonard Floyd had played in the league, he got him with the dummy count. Next thing you know, air ball, boom, touchdown. So it don't matter how long you be in this league. There are times where you're going to be starstruck, and maybe that's one of those things where we are starstruck. But at the end of the day, we play the Vikings this weekend. I think we may see a better game from 22. So, and by 22 I learned his name because I was just calling him 22 to get 22 off the field.
Let's go to the offense, man. Brock Purdy, man. He just picked up where he left off. My man threw an absolute dot to BA. You dropped it.
Hey, listen, all my friends probably laughing because they probably know if I was playing, that's what's going to happen. I played DB for that reason because I couldn't catch. So, I would have probably dropped that one too. But BA we paid BA $30 million. There's 2 drops that BA had for $30 million. I need both of them catches, the touchdown and the one on third down, 3rd and 5, 4th and 5, whatever it was. I mean, he caught it before Sauce got his hand on it. You kept giving Sauce credit for the breakup. Yeah,
that was a good play.
Yeah, but we paying $30 million. That ball was in hand. He had the top half of Sauce hit the back half of it. He got to catch that ball at $30 million. But
if he was taking this $15 million, he didn't have to catch it.
No, he getting paid. Period. He would have made that $15 million because he would have been in camp. He wouldn't have had that ring rust. But no, Brock Purdy. I heard a couple commentaries today, and I came into work. I went around today just trying to feel people out. I want to see if anybody gonna argue me. Let me say this before I even go for it. Everybody knows I told them I would tolerate no Brock Purdy slander this season. Now on the internet, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, X, it doesn't matter, especially not in the barbershop. So with that being said, I heard a couple conversations this weekend. Couple commentators, guys that played in the NFL, they saying Brock Purdy is a top 5 quarterback. Now you won't have many people outside of that Niner family that'll give that man that kind of credit. But I made them jokers naming them today. Name them, name 5 better, because they gonna start with Patrick, then name who after Patrick. I watched Lamar Jackson throw the ball Thursday night. I wish I might.
Don't get Binky started.
Listen, I wish I might.
That's his Lord and Savior.
Yeah, Lord and Savior. Yeah. Lamar Jackson, he said his whole name. Burrow, since the Super Bowl, Burrow been looking bad and unhealthy. Josh Allen.
Josh called Sunday.
Yeah, but when we gonna do something with it? I seen him fold up in the same moments. We lost to the same guy, which is Patrick Mahomes. I'm just looking around the league trying to figure out. It can't be. I've heard Trevor Lawrence. I heard Tua. I heard Stafford. I heard, hey. At some point, we got to start putting some respect on Brock Purdy's name. We're going to stop the narrative about where he was drafted at and all the weapons and the play calls of Shannon. He still has to do the job. And that's why I ain't going to take no more slander on Brock Purdy. Because you're going to be quick to put C.J. Stroud up there.
Yeah.
Panther fans, since we're here in Charlotte in the southern region, everybody gonna say if he was in the Panthers over here, do the same thing. No, but okay. So there's some things right there that I won't tolerate any Brock Purdy slander. You know that I was probably the first in a lot of people to say that I thought Brock Purdy was the best quarterback in the quarterback room long time ago when he first joined the team. Regardless of what his draft status was, I say he was the best quarterback in the league. He had the best ball in our quarterback room, and here we are now. So you check the tape, go back. I was the first one to say it. So with that being said, he played exactly what I thought he needed to play. A couple drops here, a couple drops there. Maybe a read late. I thought he was late on a couple balls. But other than that, I thought he played a flawless game. His numbers may not look like it, but I think what he's asked to do.
No picks.
Yeah, but what he's asked to do, the schemes where he found Juwan Jennings in the middle of the field on 2 different third and 15 on one, 3rd and 19 on another. I think the kid played a flawless ball game from the quarterback position. Even the opportunity to get down after he ran for the first down and got down. You need to learn how to slide, son. But he did a great job for me this weekend. What do you think?
Great job. I think this is the year he puts all that other stuff to bed. He puts the narratives to bed, all of that crap. I think this is his year to shine.
So check this out. So we were sitting in the stands, and you the whole time, I don't know, you must got an inside track with Adam Schefter. I mean, soon as the alert went off that CMC wasn't playing, you went loud and I CMC, blah, 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 blah. First of all, tell me, how did you feel? What was your thoughts when you heard that CMC wasn't playing? And then give me your synopsis on what you got from Jordan Mason.
My initial feeling was, so I'm a gambler. So I had just, so for whatever reason, you cannot mobile bet in California. I didn't know that. I didn't obviously found out when I was there. So I had to call my brother who was in Virginia. Yeah, he was back in Virginia at the time, Monday night. In Virginia, to log into my MGM account. This is why we have to tailgate, to place a $1,000 bet on the 49ers. -3. We go, you know what I mean? We do our rest of our tailgate stuff. We get into the stadium. I get the news. I'm like, oh, snap. So
it's not what you said, and this ain't PG-13, but go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. But I said, after I digested it, I said, we're still good. We're gonna win without CMC. So I put my money and my gambling stuff to rest, and it was still bet the house on the Niners. So I had no doubt with or without CMC, we were gonna beat the Jets Monday night. And then I was excited because now what we've been talking about, what certain fans have been talking about, what our group chat has been talking about for so long was give Mason a chance. For everybody who don't know, for the last year or so, I say Jordan Mason runs like he's on food stamps. Like he on food stamps, mama on food stamps, and he trying to get everybody off food stamps. So I was excited for the young boy to run and be able to show his talent to the world on Monday Night Football. Did I think he was going to get 28 carries, 140 yards, or whatever it was? No. But I knew he was going to run some people over. He was going to run hard, and he was going to have a good game, and we was going to win the game. And if you go back to my Facebook post, he was actually my bold prediction. It was to return a kickoff, though, because I just believe in the kid. He's nice. So I was excited for him, obviously, and super happy and excited that he showed out. He's probably one of the most picked up people in fantasy football this week, especially with CMC still being on the fence of being able to play. I'm just excited for the kid, man. Hopefully we get him off food stamps. Maybe he might need to stay on food stamps and keep running like this. Yeah. The only thing that worries me a little bit is if you go back to Elijah Mitchell first year, remember he had 1,000 yards or like right at 1,000, 980 something. He had 1,000, yeah. But it was because Cal does not care. Cal, 28 carries, right? Debo had 4, 5, 6, whatever. Why not use the rookie running back to get some carry? Let him spell him. Like, why was when the game was out of hand in the fourth quarter, you don't know CMC's status, Jordan Mason is now your starting running back. Why not give the rookie those 6, 7 carries to end the game?
This one, man. You heard me in the sideline. I mean, when I seen Jordan Mason tap his helmet to come out the game, I stood up and we get a chance to see the rookie. We get a chance to see the rookie, and then I see beep. They took a time out like the video game. Like,
time out.
Yeah, took a time out like the video game. Like, go and get back in there, finish this. I'm like, my goodness.
Like, yo.
I think Garindo is one of those. I think he's built in the mold of what Jordan Mason has been to us, where we always wanted to see what Kyle could have did with him last year, to kind of take some of them runs off Debo. I think Debo had 8 carries, and I mean, those are including the reverses that he had as well. I think there's opportunities for Garindo to have those 4, 5, 6 carries that Debo had in the backfield. Again, as we change a little bit of shifting of this meeting of this conversation is, as dominant as we were, my takeaways from the game is that game wasn't flawless to me. I think Cal is still struggling to stay out of the pretty boy bag. Like, we are gambling with too much. And yeah, Cal called a great game, but in the same sense, there was some 3rd and 2s, some aggressive times where he could have called some aggressive plays. We kicked 6 field goals. There was opportunities there where he may have outthunk himself on what he thought Saleh was going to do. I understand it was a chess match, kind of being like at practice. Saleh likes to do this on 3rd down, and Saleh it looked like he had Saleh whole playbook at the first half of the game, but there was times in the game that I thought that the play calling may have cost us an opportunity to score a touchdown. It may have, cost us an opportunity to get a first down, to get a touchdown. So I still think that at this point right now, as clever as Kyle Shanahan is, he's also the anchor that's holding us back from putting up a 50 ball against the Jets the other night. I do believe that. That's my takeaway.
Yeah,
and I know that's hard to say after a win like that.
No, yeah, Kyle sometimes he outthinks in himself. Like you said, if I'm not 3rd quarter, maybe even beginning of the 4th quarter, it was like 3rd and 2 or something, and we were like inside the 20 or maybe right on the fringe of being on the 20, and we was all chanting to go for it. He calls a timeout and he sends Moody out there. Like, little things like that. Let's be more aggressive. Let's get a ball to Mason at that point, and let's go finish the game. Let's run the clock out, finish the game on that instead of kicking the 3. But yeah, I think the O-line played really good. Shout out to Pooney, the rookie at right guard. Buford had to come in for Aaron Banks. You didn't even know, unless you was paying attention, that Banks was out the game because Buford stepped up. It's hard not to step up next to the silverback gorilla, but it seems like he played a really good game as well. That he did get off the field maybe for a couple of snaps. I remember after one of those big plays, he was on the sideline and he came running back onto the field to go get back in the game. But I think the offense played really, really well. I just little worried about the usage of Debo so early in the season on all the reverses, the backfield. I think if CMC was healthy, you wouldn't have saw Debo in the backfield. Obviously, probably still the reverses. But only thing I hope going forward is when CMC is healthy, and like you're saying, the rookie should have got like those 4 or 5 carries. I hope those are Mason carries. I hope Mason is getting 5 to 10 carries a game, even when CMC is healthy, full-blown healthy. We're still getting Mason those 5 to 10 carries a game.
Let me ask you this question, but do you think that the usage of Debo was in a correlation to 2 things? 1, CMC being out. 2, BA missing camp, that we had to put the game plan around Debo in the 2-week article. Man, we were throwing the Debo in the passing game. Like, there was
a lot of Debo, yeah.
I didn't feel like there were any plays like designed for BA to kind of, show off. You know what I mean? I thought the game plan was built around Debo, and that's maybe why we used was so high. And again, I think with the game plan built around Debo is because BA wasn't in camp. BA's, contract discussion didn't close until later on in the game, and without knowing where you're going to be with those guys, you got to go with your vet. And at that time, Debo is the vet when BA is not in camp. So I think some of the play calling may have been a correlation to BA not being in camp. Then additional part is CMC not being there. Your next home run hitter, your next best playmaker is Debo. Give him an opportunity to split one here and there. So that's that. The second part of that is, even when I talk about the game, a takeaway, hearing Trent, talk about him being able to get back in game shape, him being able to get back to those things. I hope that this doesn't play for us in his first 4 games. It looks like now after the Jets out of the way, I think these next 3 games are winnable where we can be 4-0, 5-0 starting the season. I hope that this lack of attention to detail or the guys that didn't play in the preseason are not using these games just to get in shape. I heard there's other ways, and there's no other way to get in football shape besides play football. So that's the hard part about this part of the year when guys have been on contract disputes, and I hope that's not the takeaway from how our season begins or ends. What do you think?
I mean, I agree. We need them boys ready to go. Like, I want to be whatever it is, 6-0, 7-0 headed into that Chiefs game. Like, there's no reason why we shouldn't be. Yeah, I 100% agree with all of that. I just hope that, like I said, Kyle finds ways to get some of these rookies or whatever, just backups into the game on especially these blowout games or little spots to where it won't hurt the team or whatever he may perceive or whatever by not having the big star out there. Like, let's get these guys some reps, especially in big moments. It's only going to help us develop, especially as we go forward, especially down the line too. I mean, injuries are a part of football. So I'd rather get them some reps, and then if somebody has to get play full-time because somebody's hurt or whatever the case may be, they've been there and done it before. They're just doing more of it now, opposed to it being their first time out there because of a need. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, well, you got game balls, man. Game ball
offense. Definitely going to Mr. Mason. I mean, the boy carried the mail, like you said, like he on food stamps, he well deserved.
Correct.
I hate that the interviews after the game is what everybody want to talk about now.
I don't know what that was about.
Huh?
Because he kept it real, because they told him he was going to start on Friday, but they want the media or the NFL not to know that because CMC, they made him a game time decision so we don't get fined or something. I'm sure that's what it was. My man keeping it real. Keep it real, man, Jordan.
That's the conversation. Like he felt. The funny part is, I felt that in his heart. There was a time when I was in college. My last game of my college career, and they interviewed me after the game. You know, I'm from Augusta, Georgia, and we was playing at Georgia Southern, which is only probably an hour, 45 minutes away from my home. Right. So they interviewed me after the game, asked what it was like to be at my last game, and I said, like, man, it was one of those games where I had to go around and ask all my teammates for their tickets. I needed like 40 tickets to the game, and you can't really get 40 tickets to the game. So I had my whole college, my institution under the radar for, like, you know, whatever this is about these tickets, you know what I mean, going whatever here and there. But again, I was a senior. I didn't really know that I couldn't use the tickets. Like, we did it all the time. If I went to South Carolina and none of my people were coming, well, when we came south, all the kids from South Carolina and Georgia got all the tickets because the kids from up north, their parents weren't coming. So same thing. When we went to Virginia or North, you know, Sean, can I get your tickets? Absolutely. I ain't got nobody coming to, you know, DC or Virginia to watch me play. You know, when we go south, I want yours in return. I said that to the media, and they ate it alive. I mean, they ate it alive. The same thing, and the same thing happened here with Jordan Mason. I hated for him. It's a rookie mistake. Counter, so even though he's not a rookie, but, you know, first time getting a chance to play, first time being on whatever. Now he's going to be bashful about when he gets in front of the camera. One, he's going to be, you know, be real meticulous about what he says, and it takes away from the kid having the chance to just experience and, you know, enjoy, you know, his labor that he put forward. But my game ball on offense definitely goes to Jordan Mason. My game ball in the kicking game definitely goes to your guy, Jake Moody. I can't deny that he played a hell of a game. Defensively, I'm going to go Malik Collins. Malik Collins did some things that, you know, it's not going to show up in the stat, but I'm sure Fred is grateful for the game that Malik Collins played in front of him. So those are my 3 game balls. What do you got? Game balls.
I'm going to get a game ball to the O-line, the whole O-line, backup starters, everybody who played. Brock Purdy, no sacks. He was clean. I think, actually, I lie. They credited a sack to when he ran around on that third down.
I thought it said 2 for 5 yards.
Yeah, I think it was like 2. Yeah, it was like 2 sacks because they gave one to they gave it to Gardner. They gave it to Sauce. So that was that broken play and stuff like that. So it was 2 sacks. So it was really he dropped back 5 steps and the DN came and got him type of sack or a linebacker. So I'm gonna shout out. Plus, obviously, the run game of they opened up the holes for Mason. So shout out to the O-line. I'm gonna get a game ball to the O-line, the big uglies. Yep. Defense, you already know, is Fred. I love you, Fred. I love you, man. That's it, man. I love you.
That's a man crush, bro. Come on,
man.
I guess you like when he put his hair up at night too, huh? After the game, huh?
Hey, listen.
Man crush.
And then obviously Jake Moody, man, 6'6", president of the club right here. Anybody want to join the club? That's not for the weak. So make sure you're strong. You have a lot of willpower, and I might let you in the club. But other than that, man, 1-0, headed into Minnesota. We'll be back with a preview of the game for Minnesota. But Whistle Gang Podcast, man. Make sure you like, subscribe on YouTube. You following us on all platforms. You can find us everywhere. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Apple
Pay,
Spotify. I mean, just everything, man. Just search Whistle Gang Podcast. It's gonna come up. We're gonna come up. We're gonna start shooting a lot more behind the scenes stuff. You get to see maybe how crazy we are. We're gonna start doing some special segments and stuff like that. We'll have all that kind of stuff posted. But man, make sure you are following us. Make sure you tell all 49er fans about us. Whether you go to the games, in your chats, whatever the case may be. We just appreciate all the love that we get. I had somebody shout me out in the hotel when I was walking in. They were shouting us out. Shout out to DJ Juice. Obviously, shout out to Joe. Just shout out to the whole empire who's just showing us love out there. Like I said, once again, shout out to Abel, the king of the 408, man. Just really appreciate all the love.
For sure.
But that's all I got, man.
Nah, listen, real quick for me, enjoy the West Coast vibes. We did it all. The 408. Woo! That's my new. When I see other chapters get together, I have to place my chapter against it. Listen, 408, y'all got it going on. Listen, y'all make me an honorary member, whatever the dues is, just send me a PayPal request and I'll go and send it to you because I'm a part of 408 now, baby. But no, other than that, man, hey, What's the Game Podcast signing off. It's your boy, the best dressed. Had a ball in Cali this weekend. Can't wait for week 2. We'll come back with our, preview show and we'll go from there.
It's not Whistle Gang Podcast. Peace.